Hello, I'm Blue, and today I'll show you how I designed my persona, this one, and also this one. First, what even is a persona? A persona represents you in an online space, so instead of your real face, you'll use the face of your persona. This is especially useful if you're more of a private person or just don't want to show yourself online. But even if you do show yourself online, you can still have this online version of yourself. It's just really fun to draw them with your friends' personas. So regardless of what you're going to use it for, I would 100% recommend making one. Personas don't have to look exactly like you either. They can be similar or completely different from form, species to gender or size, whatever feels right. This one over here has been my persona since 2018. She's just me but with horns. But honestly, I've had many personas from like this to even whatever the hell this is. When I designed my persona, I know I'd be drawing her a lot, so I wanted something simple and easy that I could draw for my videos and for like little posts that I want to make, but that doesn't mean that you have to do the same. You can have something that's incredibly detailed and very complex. It just depends on what your goals are, so if you plan to draw them a lot, I would recommend making them a little bit simpler or have a simplified version of your detailed design, but if you're fine with using a lot of detail, then that's fine too. It doesn't matter if it's cringy, edgy, basic, complicated, or simple, as long as you feel connected to it. The best personas that I've seen are the ones that people make unapologetically, that have the elements that they love, and you can just tell that this persona just means a lot to them. Make it extreme, unrealistic, bright, fun, boring, whatever you want. Whatever makes you happy. I understand trying not to make something that's cringe, but if I'm being honest, you can never truly escape cringe. Even if you avoid something that's considered cringe now, in a few years that will come back and be really cool, and then in a few years again, it'll be considered cringe. So there is no point in caring what others think because you can never predict what is going to be cringe and what's not. So, just have fun with it. Mood boards are great to be able to visualize all the elements that you like in one area. I would recommend Milanote. It's great to capture a bunch of images together and it's really easy to use. So things that you can add to the board is your favorite music, your favorite characters, artists, maybe even art styles, albums, colors that you really like, clothes, animals, creatures, accessories. If your persona will be used for a hobby or a job, you can also include that. You're an artist or someone that works in corporate. You can also add things that you own in real life that you really are attached to, things that you want to own or stuff that you'll never be able to own. But you can also have a theme, so like witches or anything like that, you can also add to it. I use myself as reference because I wanted it to look like me in a sense. So I have big glasses, I have small eyes, I always look tired, I have curly hair, and I'm always smiling. So that's kind of what I wanted to add to the persona, which I think I represent really well. A lot of people in real life tell me I look like my little character here. Then I added stuff that I liked. When I was younger, I really liked Blue Exorcist. I loved the little horns, the tails, so I added those to my earlier versions of my persona, but I got attached to them, so they just kept carrying over until now. This is just an example of what you can do, but if you don't want it to look like you at all, that's also 100%. Shapes and colors can show personality. Here's a list of shapes and their meanings. For example, I consider myself very calm and friendly, so I used a lot of round shapes and soft shapes in the design, in the hair, the arms, even the posture, but I wanted warm and welcoming feeling, so I used a lot of creams and yellows, which I think ties the feeling that I want to go for. If you're unsure, you can look at your favorite characters and notice the shapes or the expressions that they use and to show their personalities, as well as their color palettes. Having a recognizable color palette also helps with distinguishing you from the rest if that's what you want, but if you just want to have one for yourself, it's okay just to have it, represent you as a person. You can even add small details that make them feel like you, like pins or stickers, glasses, bandages, jewelry, tattoos, or even messy hair. These things don't need to have a deep meaning. They just tell the tiny story about who you are or your aesthetic. Silhouettes of your persona are the most important thing that will set them apart from everyone else. Silhouettes are if you darken the character, you can tell who this is. For example, here are some art YouTubers with really unique personas. I have blanked them out. You can probably tell who they are, right? I'll give you a second. Did you guess some of them? Probably. How? It's because they have recognizable silhouettes. A way you can do this is to use some of the traits that you've collected, like the hoodie for example, and see how you can shape this hoodie to look recognizable in a silhouette. So a normal hoodie would look like this, for example, but if you were trying to make this a bit more interesting and using the shape language, I would like make the hoodie like nice and round, maybe thinner over here. Really, you can have as much fun as you want with it. Some personas, not all personas, will have a bit of a story to them that's unrealistic or more fantasy. Like, this doesn't have to be you, you can just have it be your regular life or just you as a person, but you can also give them a different world if you want. So now let's get into actually designing them. Reference the mood board as you're drawing. Start out with a base drawing that you can copy paste and just add these shapes to. So you're going to want to draw this again and again and again, just testing out as many things as you like. And once you find something on this like base that you like, you can like mark it down and be like, I like this, I like this, I like this. I have this little blacked out version to the side so I can keep track of the silhouette as well. And at first I add everything I like, which might look very messy. And then as I go, I remove what feels right and what doesn't. Like sometimes I think that I really like this and then I add it. And then I realize I don't, so I keep playing around until something sticks. Keep adding and testing around with the silhouette as you process. So do this like at the same time, keep it very messy, sketchy. A persona is supposed to take a long time to like develop. For me, it's important to have a simple version, so I will always make sure that once I sit on a design that I like, I'm able to simplify it into like these little chibis that are really easy to draw, and that these like chibis are recognizable to the actual design. The main idea of this is to keep drawing them over and over and over until you get sick of them and they become super easy and recognizable for you, because the more you draw them, the more you're going to get rid of the elements that don't really sit right with you, and the more you're going to like start developing elements that like really set them apart from everyone else. For example, my character started out having like a really set hairstyle, but the more I drew her, the more the hairstyle just turned into like these like really simple shapes that's easy to draw for me now. When you're finished, you can take a step back and ask, does it feel like me? Would I want to draw this again? Does it make me happy when I look at it? If yes, then congratulations, you have your persona. And don't feel like this design has to stay like this forever. Mine has changed many times and will probably change as I grow older and change as a person, which I think is like what is supposed to happen with a persona. As can yours. Also, don't worry about the uniqueness. Nothing is truly ever unique. I'm excited to see what everybody comes up with. Yeah.
So that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. And thank you to everybody that submitted fan art and all my Patreons and my channel members. I really appreciate the support. It always means so much to me. And if you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate that as well. There's not much I can add at the back of the video. Like, I don't really have anything to chat about, except this art back here is like really cool. If you want to submit fan art, it'd be in my Discord server. All fan art in there get put into the end of the videos. Yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.